What is happening, guys? Welcome back to the 2-Bit Crypto channel. My name is Mike. In this video we are taking a look at this sneaky little AMA Rusted over on the Telegram chat and what he talked about. And there's some pretty big news, and there's equally some news that maybe needs verifying more than anything. So look, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Let's jump straight into this. So I saw this kind of Twitter earlier. I'm sure everyone did. It kind of blew up, and then I was in the Telegram kind of seeing what all the noise was about, and there's a couple of really big things that came out of it. So I just want to kind of take over each point Russ talked about and I guess give you my steer on it. Before we get into that, let's take a look at the market. 3.8 million daily volume is down, 12% down on the day, down in the 2132s. The market in general having a pretty rough day. Shinji and Cliff, only the two green ones that I follow right now. $1.1 billion market cap, 320,000 holders, or closing in on 321,000. Doesn't seem like it's going that far right now, but look, let's talk about what let's talk about what Russ said in the AMA. So he kind of jumped on a bit of a sneak peek. I don't think people were really expecting it, but he jumped on and he kind of gave, I'm going to say about 10 minutes, 10-15 minutes, where he just answered questions that people put to him. And there was a couple of really interesting things that kind of came across. So one of the key bits right at the very start is we got lots of announcements piling up. We're good. Interestingly, Rust used the word fam, which I'm not a big fan of, but anyway, just haven't put anything out yet until the wallet is 100% operable. And I'm sure, look, everyone can agree that was the main plan. Get SaitaMask up and running, and then we can start to see what else is in the pipeline. We know that there's obviously the Saita Maker, Saita Education, you know, a lot more to it. So I guess good that they're getting the wallet 100% operable before anything kind of comes out with that. He talked a little bit about CoinMarketCap in the sense they're still trying to get that resolved. And I guess the question will be will rather than if, I think, if I'm totally dead honest. Now, we did see Shibio get listed on CoinMarketCap and get their verified ranking. SaitaMask and Saitama still waiting. They're also doing some optimizing on SaitaMask. But they are getting ready to open up all the functions. So clearly we're going to start to see the swap function. Staking, I know people are really keen to get onto. So look, that clearly is in the works and very nearly coming out. They then talked about card payments and how you can purchase Saitama or ETH or any of the coins that are on there. Q2 tentatively is what they're saying. So we're sort of post-April. Q2 tentatively that we will start to see that. And Visa integration, which I thought was a really nice little point to add in there. Then they sort of went on to talk about security. It talks about the two-factor authentication is on there. They just haven't activated it yet. And equally, they talked about the kind of tokens that are going to go on there and how that process is going to work. He then kind of went on to give it a big, you know, the big I am, I guess, in some respects. Look, this is Russ, isn't it? We know Russ, but he, you know, and I quote Russ here: "We will list on all major exchanges at some point this year. It is my estimate. What order that happens, we will see, but we're all of them." And that's kind of what this tweet was all about. You can see that there. We will list on all major exchanges at some point this year. My estimate, what order that happens, we will have to see. And he said, all of them. So clearly, you know, Russ is confident. Whether that's, again, I guess the only bit that I liked about this is he kept it on the Telegram group. That wasn't him out on Twitter Space. That wasn't him doing an AMA live on YouTube. This is for people invested, holding Saitama and in the Telegram groups. It kind of felt a little bit more like it was for the holders and for the people around it, as opposed to any kind of showboating. So I think it's a desire more than a, you know, cold hard kind of they're already nailed on. I do think it's a desire. Now clearly they're going to be working on that. We've seen lots of rumors about Binance, Qcoin, all the rest of it. But look, good to be talking about that. What he did then say is that the central exchanges will come, but they won't be the biggest catalyst for us this year. And he didn't allude to anything else that comes on there. So make sure you drop in the comments what you think it is. But yeah, won't be the biggest catalyst for us this year. So clearly something, look, I talk about NFTs and play-to-earn games are going to be huge this year in 2022. Is there something around that? I'm not really sure, but I thought that was quite interesting, the fact that it's not going to be the biggest catalyst of the year. Then he went on to talk about the tokens. Okay, so people joining SaitaMask. Clearly at the minute we get Saitama and Ethereum, that is it. We can't do it. It's just today come off the test net. So if you haven't already looked, go into settings. You are now running on the main net. So we're just waiting for everything to open up. And he talks about every coin listing on SaitaMask has to provide liquidity. And Russ has talked about this quite a few times, actually. So think about that. in terms of the price. Also, every function of the app requires users to hold Saitama, similar to ETH on the blockchain. So here's my thought process on that. So if you've got NFTs coming onto the Saitama platform, you want to sell, trade, whatever it is, you're going to have to use Saitama versus Ethereum. So the potential there is massive. And especially if this platform starts to really take off. The user base, they reckon, is 100,000 registered users as of right now. There are still regions that can't get on. There are still areas of the world that are locked, so they can't get onto it. But think about that. Saitama will be the token that you can use for everything. It could be absolutely huge. Talks about the ecosystem of Saitama is structured around deflationary and making sure the token and the circulating supply decreases, therefore the value increases. And then they kind of, someone asked about the original tokens going on there, and again, I'm quoting Russ with this, but the original 6 for now, and about 50 applications are going to currently, not counting altcoins such as XRP and Cardano. So clearly they're in talks with big altcoins and big crypto projects that could come on it. We know obviously the 6. Now it has been announced, I believe today, that Mandox will see their first part as well as Shirio onto saitamask. So that's pretty big. And then they're looking to add several listings weekly. So again, that's pretty big news. And then finally, kind of finished it off with the fact that they will buy a day or two's worth of revenue. But actually, at this moment in time, that's not important. Safety, efficiency, effective trading. They want to make sure that we're rolling it out in the proper way. We have 13 contracts operating, 3 safeguards, and countless security protocols in place on saitamask. That is our first priority. So clearly, a lot to take in there, a lot of interesting things. And like I said at the start, a lot of things that, we probably kind of already have heard before, but look, hopefully we're just going to fall through. A couple of big takeouts. The fact they're going to buy some revenue for a couple of days, that's big. These CX listings and the fact that we are very, very close to being able to fully use saitamask. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, guys. Let me know what you think. What do you think the first listing is going to be? How close do you think we are? But make sure that you subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys in the next one.